All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. As you'll see, I got started late because I'm on CP time. It's not my fault. This mic is not because I'm trying to improve my audio quality. It's because one of my goddamn kids finessed my cord for this mic. I promise y'all, I was prepared to be on time. I was all ready to go. And the goddamn cord's missing. So I'm scrambling. I had to run up to my son to get his mic. Hopefully his shit sounds right. There's a gain button. You need an audio. So I got this Focusrite thing here. This is too much. It's too much shit going on now. Check my sound levels. I think I'm still good. How are y'all doing this evening? Fuck. All right. Okay. Here we go. So I'm trying to be a little more organized tonight. I've been working on my overlays. I'm really excited about that. So for tonight's episode, we're going to talk about fake news. I'm going to delve into random thoughts. And then we'll be playing the race card with my man, Jonathan Beauregard. All right. And if we have time, and if he's available, we'll be talking to my fellow farmer, Dakim Allah, at the farm. We're going to talk harvest time. Everything 420. You know, we do it all here. Sports, politics, culture, based around the smoke. You got it. You get it. You get what we're talking about here. All right, so I'm not going to do a lot of news today per se, but I'm going to talk about a little bit of fake news / forgotten news. And I touched on this a little bit last week with the whole Michael Flynn thing, right? Let me not start saying right. How that just kind of went away. But then the whole thing, like, I don't even know what the whole thing was about. And I bet you guys don't either. And it seems like it's a lot of bullshit that the FBI does to trick people into lying or whatever. But I don't know what the underlying crime is. And I get it, you know, Trump and Russia. But I doubt if there's any sort of conspiracy with Trump and Russia, it's money and whores. He's a simple dude. He's not going to get into some elaborate scheme because he gives a shit about policy, about Crimea or something. He probably borrowed, he still ain't showing his tax returns. It's all about money. That dude couldn't borrow money from nobody, so he probably went to the Russians or the Chinese to get it. And also whores. Right? You know, the dude's got an issue. But Michael Flynn's off. Nobody cares. But maybe they shouldn't either. Because the whole thing is fake news. But then again, it's forgotten news. So the people are wrong too, because if you cared about it, you should care they didn't get. He got away with nothing, but maybe we shouldn't have cared in the first place. I don't know. Okay, I'm confused. Oh yeah, okay, I got it. Because the latest mic shit's throwing me all off, and I hope it ain't too loud. Testing 1, 2. Okay. Because I want to talk into the mic. This fucking thing is all... It's like a studio mic. It's stupid. I don't get this shit. All right. Well, hopefully y'all can hear me. Now, let's go right into random thoughts. Yeah. All right. I was supposed to hide that. Fat Laker girls. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Y'all been watching the show. You know how I go. I'm on a rant right here. I'm on a random thought rant. I don't need fat Laker girls. I don't need it. And it's all part of this culture where we can't criticize things that are obvious, lest we be labeled toxic. Okay, it's Laker girls. It's not like we're talking about Nobel laureates or who gets what's the word I'm looking for? When a tenureship, professorship. This is just silly fun. It's looking at dances at halftime just to keep people in the seats, right? We're not allowed to have a preference. Think about it. That's how our... What's up, Robert? That's how our culture gets all, messed up. That we can't be honest with one another. All right? I don't want to see Lizzo shaking her ass at the Lakers game. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a little bit of, what do you call that? When you just have something that like is a diversion. That's what this sex sells type of shit. It's a diversion from your regular life. And there's nothing wrong with having there's nothing wrong with having a little eye candy at a sporting event that's geared towards males. And if females want to have Chippendale dancers at WNBA games, so be it. Because I don't watch that shit anyway. And like Homer Simpson said when he took Lisa to the WNBA, nachos is nachos. So maybe I'll go for the nachos. I don't know. But you can do whatever you want to do at WNBA games. I don't care. And I'm sure women would not appreciate seeing some fat ass, sloppy, incel looking dude shaking his ass at the halftime with a little thong on. Nor do we. I'm getting all these comments, but I can't see these motherfuckers. Hold on. Oh, look, I gotta put that one in. Hold on. Man, Robert Whitehair from San Bernardino from the town is telling me I look high. Robert, I haven't even got started. That high from earlier came down. I'm about to go back up. You about to see it though. Okay, we're about to have a session. And if my man Dakim Allah can get his Skype working in time, we're gonna have a nice session. Okay? Now, if you think fat Laker girls is bad enough, how the fuck did I don't want to see dude Laker girls either. Bruh. I get it. Y'all niggas can get married and everything. I'm all pro all the gay shit y'all want to do. Right? But I don't want to see y'all niggas dancing. Okay? I'm not trying to go to the game and watch cuz twerk. Here's the thing. I know y'all don't either. So that's why I'm here to say it for you. Okay? Because we live in these times where people can't speak clearly and honestly. Right? But I'm here to give you the truth. Y'all don't want to see cuz at the game either. Right? Can we sign a petition or something? Or will we be labeled as toxic males? I don't think the women want to either. I don't think y'all go to the game to see homeboy arch his back. Show more attitude than any woman could possibly ever show. And women don't even act like that. That's the thing I understand, is that these hermaphrodite type dudes be so sassy. Like, that's not feminine. That's just like a caricature of, it's like almost offensive if you think of it. It's like blackface. I just thought of that. I said it first. So the exaggerated feminine, that gay shit, whatever, is basically like a minstrel show. It's like when white people try to pretend, or they try to show you how they see black people. Big lips and jigaboo, blah, blah, blah. So when the gay dude is dancing at the Laker game, all sassy and shit, he's making fun of women. Oh, I just had an epiphany right here on in real time. Now, I'm trying to go a little slow because I'm waiting for my man, Johnny Boygard, to join the show. We're going to talk about jogging while black, and we're going to play the race card. Okay? Johnny going to hit y'all with some facts. I'm going to hit y'all with some feelings. Right? I said right again. Fuck. Yeah, we got another one of those, but I don't want to, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that for Johnny. Okay. You ought to be shamed. They literally used to say that, right? Grandmas, grandpas, mas and pas. That was a saying, at least from black folks. You ought to be shamed. Now, the tense was wrong, but the message was very useful. And that is, social pressure through the form of shaming improves society. Because without shame, how you know when you're wrong? It's like the kind version, the non-violent version of an ass whooping. Because if you don't whoop people, which you can't now either, you can't just beat somebody's ass because they were rude in public, but you can shame them. Like if you hold the door for somebody and they just walk through, first of all, especially if it's a dude, like if I'm holding the door and a dude walks by and he's like on his phone and he doesn't touch the door, I try my best. Hopefully it's not one of those hydraulic ones that go slow. I just smack the fucking door on him. Right? How dare you? I have to do that because I have to teach this idiot not to be so goddamn rude. So that's a form of shaming with a little bit of violence. just a wee bit of violence. Because if I don't do that, if I don't offer him the courtesy of this shame, then he ain't gonna learn. He gonna keep sitting on the phone with his tight slacks on in the office, in them high water pants, looking like Pee Wee Herman with them funny colored socks, because that's fashion now. Okay? And he thinks it's okay for him just to walk through the door like I'm the fucking doorman. No, I'm being polite, because that's what we do to one another. We should be polite. You walk through, you hold the door, next person goes, they touch it, they say thank you, and you move along, go about your business. But some people just walk through and just keep on walking like you're supposed to hold the door for them. So they need to be shamed. Now, there are many reasons why people are overweight. And you shouldn't run up and tease nobody if they're overweight. But if you are overweight, you shouldn't be a Laker girl. You shouldn't want to be a Laker girl. You should want to get in shape. Because the Laker girl, that whole industry, that profession is a carrot. It is something that when, little girls may decide to be for whatever reason. I don't know why anybody want to do it. But if you want to do that, so be it. But then you need to work for that. You need to do jumping jacks and sit-ups and eat celery. I said celery. Okay? You just can't have your fat ass on the stage unshamed. Like, I'll tell you what. You can be a Laker girl. You can be a fat Laker girl. But I get to boo. Boo! That's fair. I think it's a fair trade-off. Everybody wins. I get my shame off my chest. You get to dance your fat ass dance. And then the other form, like, so we can't body shame. Well, that's not necessarily true. We can't body shame people who have shameful bodies. But if you are in shape and appear to be preening or pruning or being a peacock, you could be shamed, right? If you feel like you got muscles and you want to, it's some Bama shit. I mean, you are being a Bama, taking your shirt off anywhere but the beach. You don't have to cut your grass with your shirt off. It's that little neighborhood pimping, trying to get these little horny housewives to come bring you tea. But that can be talked about. We can ridicule meatheads. That's fine. That's not shamed. That form of shame is not shamed. It is still socially acceptable to shame meatheads who take the shirt off because they got muscles. Mispronounced intentionally, by the way. But we can't shame the out of shape. Anyway, I've milked that topic as long as I can. Johnny, where the fuck are you? That's the thing. When you rely on black people, it just messes everything up. Johnny late. He the one that gave me all the topics. So I'm going to riff off of him. I got the whole overlay set up. This thing ain't ready. And then Doc Kim, where he at? We supposed to do harvest time. Could be not. One never knows. I ain't do no news items because I figure with these two guests. See, let me not go in on too far. Hope springs eternal ish. So I'm leaving all the mother random thought. I'm leaving the fat shaming dude Laker girl. I'm leaving all that was all kind of like one thread. If you see they're kind of related, fat Laker girl, dude Laker girl, you ought to be shamed. So that's like one of my go-to rants topically. Now I'm on to something different. And I had this like epiphany a while back about the downward spiral of hope. Like we're very hopeful people, I think. When I say we, I mean human beings. We're hopeful species. I don't think it's particular to America or any race or whatever. But we all, like when you're a kid, like when you're like a 9, the shit you want to be when you grow up, you want to rule the world. Like everybody does, right? Who doesn't want to rule the world? Like your dreams are just, it's like, I'm in the NFL. I'm president, not of the United States. I'm like ruler of the planet. Astronaut. Maybe you're curing cancer. Okay. And then you get about 17. Then you're like, oh shit, I hope I graduate. Or maybe you're a smart kid. Maybe like, I really want to get into Oxford or Harvard. Right. But you end up at San Diego State. But then you're like, okay, I'm going to be the best at San Diego State. You're not. Then you want to be rich still. You want to figure out some sort of hustle. Maybe it's real estate. Everybody has their run in real estate. They go through that phase. I think we all kind of have been there before. But that doesn't happen. But then you get married, you have some kids, and then you figure, all right, I'm going to figure it out this time. Because I'm going to do at least as good as my parents, but better. And where I fell short, I'm going to make sure my kids have what I didn't have to ensure their success. So that's the phase of Now you kind of give up on yourself. There's a little like Venn diagram of it's not internal to me. I externalize my hopes and wishes and dreams and wants onto my children. So that's the living vicariously through your children phase. The dad coach phase. You know, because every kid has some sort of athletic ability, you think. And then when that falls through, maybe he can paint, play the drums, or be really smart and go to a good school. So now it's that. I'm going to push this kid and he's going to do all the things that I couldn't do, or she'll do all the things that I couldn't do. But it doesn't turn out that way. Could be not. Right? But they're not bad kids. Your kids are okay. Maybe they are bad. I don't know. Maybe you got some druggies. And then you figure like that's kind of your fault. So you got guilt. So you really can't shit on them. It's probably something to do with you. Then your kids grow up. Then you just hope they're not alcoholics or drug addicts and they have normal lives. So you kind of, the bar gets lower. You just want them to be able to get off of your dime. I want these niggas to pay taxes, have a house and a car, afford insurance, and don't need no money from me. If they does not need money from me, then it's all good. Hopefully they'll marry properly. You know, not some user or somebody from a different culture. We don't like to talk about that too much, especially black folks. We like to think we're not racist. But you don't want, it's, you don't want to deal with that. You don't want to be at Thanksgiving and your son's wife's parents and uncles come over and they from West Virginia. That shit ain't gonna mix. But then you got grandkids. Then it starts all over again. You live vicariously through your grandkids while your son or daughter lives vicariously through their kids. Wash, rinse, repeat. Hope springs eternal. All right. I've stretched that out as far as I can. I might have to just go into my talking points without goddamn Johnny. Hold on. Because I set it up for two people to talk. It ain't going to make no damn sense.
Hello.
Nigga, what are you doing?
Nigga, I had to pick up Imani from my mom's house.
Where you at now?
No. I'm just now pulling up to my house.
Skype me now, because I stretched my little thing out as long as I could. I got to do this goddamn, this jogger shit.
All right, give me a minute. I'm just pulling into the driveway.
All right, jog. All right, peace. See, this is real time. Right, we're doing this shit live. Oh, you know what I can do? Oh, I can sesh up. I need one of these. But I'm gonna do it for like sesh time. Yeah, y'all like that, huh? I know you do. I need an ashtray though. I'm gonna go with the damn it. I'm gonna go with the packs today. You know, I'm gonna dump this shit right here on the table. I ain't got my ashtray. No, I'm not. I'm about to go get some. Hold 1 second. Be right back. Be back in 2 and 2. I'm gonna let y'all listen to you know what I can do? Let me add this. Y'all can listen to my son gave me a new beat. Y'all can listen to this while I go get my little ashtray situation going on. Now I think it You're right, Shayna. You're right. Hold on. But Shayna, you're right, but you're wrong. You're right, but you're wrong because they need to take their little ass to bed. They all up right now, loud and shit. I want them to go to sleep, and I don't want to produce a show with me because they have to sit close to me, and I'll be smoking. Now, I do smoke, but not around my kids. Not yet. Check this out. This is a new beat called, I don't know what the fuck it's called. I don't like the start, but when the beat kick in, it's okay. So y'all listen to that. I'm going to go get me an ashtray. Yes, sir. It's a lot of things going on in that song. Kind of making me dizzy. Yeah, yeah. This new music is like all like for cheerleading. It ain't dancing. Turn this up. It's not bad. I don't get the oh, here it comes. Hold on. How the fuck? You there? Hold on. Let me Skype you in. Let me switch to Ecamm Live.
You got it. You got.
Say it again.
You got a new mic.
You missed the start of the show. Yeah, I have a new mic for today. Are you there? Because you're frozen. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I said I got a new mic for today, but not intentionally. I have a new mic because when I went to go set up my show, one of these kids had done finessed my cord for my mic. So I'm scrambling. I got started like 8 minutes late. And then you late. So then I had to try to sesh up and kill some time that way. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so look. We have the serious topic tonight. I shouldn't even smoke right now, should I? Well, I'm going to. I set up some little talking points too. So let's go. Let's go like this. Hold on. I need a producer, man. Hold on. All right, and then you ready? What's the guy's name? The jogger that was murdered? JB, you there?
Yeah. Was it Ahmaud Arbery?
Yeah, I didn't want to mispronounce his name. God bless the dead. But you gave me your talking points. I kind of changed them around a little bit, but let's just riff on that. First to second. So guns. Let's talk about guns with black folks.
Honestly, I think it's time that I think we should all join the NRA and all instead of starting a campaign or a march, let's just go all legally register for guns.
Well, you know,
that's where I'm at.
Well, I've been there. You know, I'm a legal gun owner myself.
Right, but I think the thing is when they talk about the Second Amendment and gun rights and all, it's mostly these gun-toting rednecks who are fighting, who are at war with the idea of what they appear, the idea of how they see us. And it's not even like why the
NRA though? I mean, there's a
I'm being facetious in the sense that anytime there's topics of guns, it's always the NRA who has something to say. But in my opinion, the NRA is just another extension of the Klan. But my point is not the NRA exactly. I'm just using it as being facetious in the fact that they're going to be the people that's going to come to this type of person's defense.
Absolutely. Now, I had an epiphany or thought on this subject just in general. Well, I'm going to get to the harsher version of this later in the show when I get to hard truths. But anytime there's a black movement or organization throughout history, whichever method is the most offensive to white people is the way to go.
Right.
So if you think about it, if you go back in time, Nat Turner had it right. The Panthers had it right. Now, even if you go up further, to modern times and looking at the Nation of Islam or Hebrew Israelites today. I don't care about necessarily the religion, but whoever they hate, that's the right path. And I think for a lot of black folks, they try to condition and make nice with their revolutionary statements, if you will.
Right.
So they have to parrot what their white liberal masters say, so they're anti-gun. Why?
Right. Well, I think it's still about acceptance, and it's like you said, it's still about not offending these so-called liberal rights. But to me, they're probably the most dangerous.
Yes.
In the sense that, redneck or racist, they let me know where they're coming from.
Exactly.
But it's that liberal white that is the one that can do the most harm.
Exactly.
And so I think a lot of these movements, we always have to be the safe Negro. So you could say, or you could have your movement as long as you don't appear too threatening or you don't really want real change. You just want to make a statement that's not going to affect any real change. So as long as you do that, then I can be on board.
Like Barack Obama.
Well, I'm not. I see that a little differently, but I'm because we can't put it all off on Barack.
Barack Obama is a company man. His company is the Democratic Party, and he does their bidding, and he had no change agency in him whatsoever. That's just the facts. What did he do different? I mean, I don't want to make this whole thing about Barack Obama, but it goes to that same mindset of the milquetoast, superficially woke Negro who won't do anything to upset the liberal master.
But I think it's unfair to even have that kind of conversation with probably the only African American president that will ever be in this country's history. We won't never see another one.
Yeah, you will.
But I don't think it's fair that the expectation was that all of a sudden, everything was going to be changed in a matter of that 8 years. I don't think it's fair.
Hold on, man. My screen's twitching. I thought y'all couldn't see it. I thought it was just on my side. Hold on, let me do this. What the fuck? Hold on. You still there, Johnny?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me see if I can lower my... You can't see me, right? You don't see it twitching like that?
I don't see any twitching, but you're stalling.
Oh, maybe because let me quit some of these other applications. Man, I'm about to fuck around and just buy me a new laptop. Did that help? Nope. Turn your camera off, but not the audio. Okay, hold on. Thank you, Shayna. How can I do that? So let me go back to... Let's go to Skype or Johnny, and I can just take my screen off. All right. So I'm just going to leave the screen on you because mine is twitching turn.
I can still see.
Then turn it back. Okay, hold on. You can still see me? Now mine's still twitching. But let's just talk. You'll be on the screen, and I'll be off the screen, and so I can figure out what the fuck going on with my camera. But anyway, but what was the last thing I was saying?
We were talking about Obama.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to stay on him too long, but why do we give him a pass when we're talking about this very subject of being, scared to upset white folks? Like, it's the same attitude. It's just appear that you're challenging authority, but you're actually part of that same system, right? I
don't see it that way.
What way do you see it? So the opposite? Put it like this. So you were nodding your head when I said the black folks.
So what I'm saying is that's like Jackie Robinson when they brought him up to the majors, all of a sudden saying he's a dot in baseball, going in there and saying, okay, all you cracker ass crackers, this is how it's going to be now. It's just not going to happen. So you can't expect that all of a sudden you get one in there. Now they're just going to. It's just the way it works. So my point being is, did he affect change? Did he do things when he had both houses that was dominated by Republicans? And did he do what he could under that administration?
No,
absolutely.
No, absolutely not.
I think he did. I don't see it that way. I think he did. I think black folks thought all of a sudden we were going to be driving the bus, and I never had that expectation. Because you're talking about dealing with how many years of systematic and institutionalized racism? Did you really think a black president was going to change that?
No, I didn't. But what I'm saying is, I guess the point I'm trying. Hold on, man. What the fuck? Oh. Just leave you on. Anyway, let's get off Obama because that's. But I'm saying where I think your mistake is, and I think a lot of black folks, like when I was talking about the right path is the path that's the most upsetting to white folks, the white power structure. I mentioned Nat Turner. I mentioned the Black Panthers, and as I was going, you were nodding. Yeah, you was agreeing with me, right? But once we go to criticize the opposite of that, which would be if you have Nat Turner on one side, you got Booker T on the other. If you got Malcolm on the one hand, you got whoever was the milquetoast opposite of him at the same time. If you got somebody like right now today that's advocating for, look, put it like this, I'll say something controversial, like that nigga in Houston a few years back that went down there and started murking them police. You remember that?
No.
You remember that rampage and he killed like 3 cops or 2 or 3 cops?
There was something out this way. I don't remember Houston.
Nah, it was Houston. It was Dallas. It was in Texas. It was like 3 years ago.
I don't remember that.
Oh.
Okay, I don't remember.
Okay, well, put it like this. Wouldn't nobody support him publicly, but I tell you what, he did more to affect change than all that goddamn marching ever did.
How so?
Meaning that the police in that area had to change the way they did business because they were in fear. Now you can march all you want. You got to get a permit. Do you understand what I'm saying? You got to ask for permission.
Right. But when you talk about if they affect change, then all that does is justify them shooting more black people.
They're gonna do it anyway.
So how does that affect change? So what?
So what I'm saying is, you got to carry this out to logic.
You're freezing.
I'm freezing again. Fuck.
Yeah.
What about now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're freezing.
All right, I'm just keep talking. They can't see me anyway, because I got my only you can see me. I only thing on the screen right now is you. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But my point being, and here's the hard. Actually, I'm gonna go. Here's the hard truth, right? I got my little overlays on this screen. Let me do this shit. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. It's gonna freeze up. Um, See, the hard truth is, niggas have always been scared of revolution. All right, and the thing I think internally, and you should dig into this deeper as the psychotherapist, dude. I think we all have a guilty conscience because we collectively, meaning our forefathers, right? They at the end of the, and I know it was kind of controversial when Kanye said this a few years back or a year back. We chose the punk route. So, like for example, George Zimmerman killed Trayvon and hunted him, killed him. And then the nigga turned around and started making paintings and doing all that shit and then sued the family. Why is he still walking around alive?
Why is he still walking around? Because here's the thing. It's always going to come down to self-preservation. So the thing is, and what I mean by that, so you got these movements, so you can talk about Zimmerman, you can talk about whatever little movement, whatever. Are we going to result to murder? Who's going to be the martyr? Are we going to result to murder? Are we going to result to all this? Why is he still walking around? Probably because at the same time, even though I might want to punch him in the head, I might want to do something, at the end of the day, it's going to be about self-preservation. So even whether it's as an individual, whether it's I'm looking after my family, I may want to do this, but do I then want to have the police turn around and shoot me, or do I then want to turn around and go to prison over this dude?
Self-preservation.
So you have people.
Self-preservation is a slippery slope to being a punk.
But you ask, I don't see it as being a punk. So
I do.
The thing is, and here's what I mean by that. If that's my child, right? Okay. In my opinion, we don't make it to court.
That's what I'm saying.
But look, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. But to expect, now the community can rally, the community can march, but for me to expect somebody that's not in my family or a community member to take him out, who's going to do that?
Here's why.
The only time you see,
here's who can do it. You got niggas all the time catching charges, killing each other, right? If you already got bodies and you know, let's say you got warrants. Let's say let me propose an idea. I'm gonna propose a solution. I'm all about solutions, right? You got dudes right now, every second of the day, who are on warrants and they know they facing 10 plus. Take one for the team. Let's have some structure. Add some structure to this. Say, look, we got to have like a star chamber for niggas, right? We be like, okay, go get Mang. He facing 10. They going to get his ass eventually. Take out Cuz. He'll be a hero in jail.
Okay. And guess what? So, and I was about to say the only time you see that type of stuff is in the gang culture, but here it is. It's still about self-preservation. So my gang is saying, I got to take him out or I'm taking out you and your family. So me taking him out is saving myself. It's still about self-preservation.
No, it's not.
So it may not. How is it not about self-preservation?
It's about justice.
Because I would rather go to prison and then, I might get a rep for it, then you kill me too. So at least I'm alive. It's still about self. So when I'm taking, if you understand the culture, if I'm taking your time, I'm taking your time so you don't kill me. I'm taking your time because in the hood,
you're talking about two different things. I'm talking about applying that soldier mentality to a greater cause.
Okay, right. So let me ask you this question. In the last 50 to 100 years, or give or take a few, when have we had that type of leadership? When have we had that type of rally or movement or revolution
I would
other
say
than
the Nat Turner and the Black Panthers and the Maroons, and
Nat Turner 100 years ago. But I'm
you
talking in the
asked the
last 50
question, I'm
years.
answering it.
But I'm saying in the last 50 years, when have we had that type of movement?
The Black Panthers. Oh, that was more than 50 years ago now, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. That was about 50 years. Hold
So
on.
okay, so you talk about Black
But hold on, that's a
Panthers,
straw man argument.
but
So,
we haven't had that
hold on,
type of
Johnny. Hold
movement
on, Johnny.
since then.
Johnny, hold on. You
We
missing
have
it,
been.
Johnny. Hold on, time out. So what? That doesn't. That's not the point. I'm not saying that it exists. I'm saying it should exist.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, while you're saying it should exist, I'm saying, and you're saying from the perspective of the psychotherapist, what I'm saying is that mentality don't exist right now. You might get an outlier that's willing to do that type of stuff, but as a community, no, it's not going to happen.
Well, it's because we lack leadership, and the leaders we do have are getting paid.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with that.
A bunch of race traders and racial and antagonists like Al Sharpton and all his folks. They ain't doing shit.
I ain't took him serious since he lost weight.
Oh, did you take him serious when he had weight? When he was talking about Tawana?
Not really. I'm saying though, like he just lost all credibility when he was taking selfies and shit.
I'm saying, but I think you're on to something with how you started, which you and I agree, which is that strategically, whatever we're currently doing, number one, I think here's my 3-part plan for black folks. Okay, number one, you need to disassociate yourself from the Democratic Party. That unwavering, undying loyalty to a political party, which is just the other half of the Republican Party, just like which rich white folks do you listen to? Okay. You gotta do that first. You gotta develop political autonomy where we decide who we're voting for or starting third parties in coalitions across racial lines with other folks from other cultures who are in the same economic predicament we are. That's step one. Step two, training. It means buy and own legal guns and understand that at the end of the day, it's about power. And nobody's going to relinquish power through talk. It is about violence and threats of violence. Okay? And the third thing that I think, I forgot my third thing. But go ahead, run with those two.
I agree. You're right. It's about power, and in terms of starting our own party or not being, so loyal to the Democratic Party, I believe it. Obviously, I don't think we should make a home in the Republican Party, but
no.
establish either becoming independent or establishing a whole separate party. I agree with that.
Oh, the third point.
You're right.
The third point. I remember my third point. And the third point, I think it is we got to get international. I think Pan-Africanism should undergird every movement, whether it's on the continent or the diaspora. Once we can see the oneness with our pigment across countries, then we will be empowered. The same way the Jews got in Israel, every Indian over here sends money back home to India, or they travel back at least once a year. We all need an address somewhere in Africa, and we need to have goddamn pen pals, businesses, whatever, because they got resources and our wealth there, because we have some wealth, right? We can assist them, and they can assist us. I think, like the 3-point plan, to disassociate with the Democrats, form our own political autonomy. Guns and training means how to eat to live, how to marry, how to breed, right? How to train, how to own your guns, all that type of stuff. That's just life skills. And the third thing is Pan-Africanism.
I agree. and no, I mean, I have no argument. And I think a part of our downfall is we're too busy trying to be accepted by white folks.
including Obama. I'm gonna keep messing with your little baby Jesus.
I still disagree, but okay.
Man, one day we're gonna have we have a whole talk just about the pros and cons of the Obama administration, because I don't think you were paying attention like most folks.
I paid attention every day.
No, because you said something that was completely wrong when you started it. You said, just for example, hold on. You said he did what he could do with the Republican-led Congress, right? That's bullshit, because the first 2 years he was in office, he had all three chambers were Democrats. And what did he do? He kissed the Republicans' ass to get Obamacare watered down so he get one vote, because he wanted to be this unified. He wanted to be little black Reagan. That was his dream, is to make everybody love him. And this dumb black ass didn't realize, because he grew up in Hawaii, they don't like you. And they never gonna like you. He was soft.
I don't think he was that naive. I don't think you. I still think you're wrong. But okay.
All right, predictions before we get off of this. The jogger situation. How do you see? Here's my thing. I haven't done my research yet, right, about the players involved. Oh, here's the thing. This is the point I want to make, because I can't pull up my screen because my system's failing. This is what I think another strategic point we need to focus on is district attorneys, right? People always get all excited about the presidentship. Presidents don't mean shit, right? What matters is district attorneys, sheriffs, and mayors. Okay? Just like that, when Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy, got murdered in Cleveland, the fucking district attorney is the son of a cop who was killed in the line of duty, and this motherfucker won't never charge cops with crimes.
Right.
Okay, so people, it's a matter of political literacy. We have to involve ourselves more in the courts, the legal system, because that is the new plantation system, is the machinations and the Byzantine system of bullshit that they go through, grand juries and whatnot. And they always got these walls they can hide behind. Well, the grand jury didn't give me the bullshit. The grand jury is going to do whatever you tell it to do, because you don't have to present any exculpatory evidence. We need to dig into these DAs. That is where you're going to get, because I had an epiphany last show, right? It's cops, nurses, prison guards at the blue collar level who are the agents of harm to poor and black folks. They have like with the high school education, you can have somebody's life. I mean, nurses got to have a little bit of college, but you can literally kill somebody. And for those that go up the chain, that got some real education, judges, district attorneys, they got your life in their hands.
I think we need to get more involved in the local level. You're right. Than worried about what's going on in Washington. We got to get involved in more in the local level. We got to be more of our people need to become cops. More of our people need to become teachers. And you're right, getting more involved in voting in more local elections than anything else. So I agree with that.
I don't know about being cops.
And we can't just let these rednecks be cops.
Well, I think
why not police our own? But the thing is, here's the thing. One of the things that's been shown effective is about community policing. But how are you going to police a community you have no investment in, that you have no heart for? And in fact, you're coming from a whole different area, a whole different mindset, a whole different upbringing. And then you come over here thinking you're going to police this community that you already have a negative view of. But if we have our more officers and police that are connected to the communities and to do more community policing, you don't have these type of incidents to happen.
Okay, but I guess what I'm saying is
think about it. If me and you became cops and we policed the west side of San Bernardino versus somebody who was raised on the north end coming policing the west side of San Bernardino, how do you think we'll be more effective than the other person?
I think you can have some minor effect based on immediate, like contemporaneous, like, decisions you have to make to kill or not kill. But I think ultimately it's like being a good SS soldier for the Nazi army. I mean, how good can you be? Well, hold on. Let me make a point. How good can you be with an evil system? That's why I said sheriffs, police chiefs, mayors, DAs. Now, once you get the leadership in place,
right,
then you do that.
Right. I mean, of course, if you're going to be a cop, I'm talking all the way up the ladder. Yeah, no, I get that.
Right, but I mean,
I'm not saying just stop. Not just be cop. I mean, lieutenants, captains, chiefs, the whole nine.
Right, but I'm just saying, just to be clear, I think the tactic, if I'm doing my Sun Tzu Art of War style here, is you have to cut off the head first. You got to get the DA and the sheriff. Those are the two most important roles, because from there you can get the political cover you need to make real change. Because if you just go join the police force, they will get you. They'll murder you. They murder a cop. A lot of black cops get killed in the line of duty if you want to keep talking, right? Or they will overwhelm you. You'll just become corrupt as well. You'll be part of that system.
But here's the thing, though. Follow me on this. So when you talk about, cats with just a high school diploma, very little college, if anything, it's either prison, they become guards, they go into the military, right? They may become cops, whatever. So if you even take that line of thought, and instead of sending our guys to thinking that they all can be athletes and all these other things, which, okay, that's fine and dandy, but even if they're going into the military, why can't some of our people come back into communities, or not even go into the military and become officers?
I get it.
So my point is,
but go ahead, finish your point.
The thing is, we get to the leadership, but at the same time, you're right. You're cutting the head off, but what are we going to replace it with? But we have to have more of a presence in law enforcement.
True, but I'm just saying, just tactically, you get the sheriff job, you get the DA, and then you just hire all blacks or brown people, right? But one last thing I want to say, when you say the community, and I want to table this to the next discussion, because we're out of time and my whole system's failing on me. Sorry, I apologize to everybody. I know you can't see me or whatever. But we don't have communities. And where we do have communities, they are occupied territory. Black communities are either dangerous or they're spread out. And where they are dangerous, they have overseers in the form of police, black and white, who look at Baltimore. That's a majority black police force, and they kill niggas just as bad as they do, the LAPD or any other, it's just not any better, because the mentality has to change. It's not just the pigment of the skin. It has to be about how you see the people you police. Are they citizens? Are they your enemy?
You were your system was so I don't know half of what you said.
All right, well, go ahead, man. Thanks, Johnny, for joining. Let's go ahead and kill it now. I got to figure out what the fuck's going on my computer. Yeah, you're right, Shayna. We need a drop squad.
All right,
all right, P. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Get back at you.
Get these technical difficulties worked out. All right, P.